Welcome back to Lock and Reload with Ryan. The WASR 1063. There's a lot of misconceptions about a lot of different AK-47s. First off, there are all kinds of better rifles than the WASR 10. You look at Arsenal, the Bulgarian, you got your Polish, you've got your Hungarian, you've got your Mac 90s, which is made by Norinco. Many different variations on top of that. A lot of different companies make them. Basically, it comes down to opinion of the shooter, and what they buy, what they can afford. A lot of people tell me, well, the only reason you're saying WASR 10s are good is because that's all you could afford. That is actually not true. I got an awesome deal on this WASR 10. And am I going to agree with all of them as a whole crap? No. You do have there are a lot of them that are junk. But as a whole, these rifles are not crap. And I'm sure people are going to leave comments and not agree with me and whatnot. But, you know, it all depends on the rifle. It all depends on the shooter. You know, it comes down to, I could give somebody a 700, Remington 700 BDL. I could put a $500–600 scope on it. And tell him, you know, go shoot that target at 250 yards. Either he's going to hit it or not. You know, it all depends on the shooter. You know, if you're a good shooter and you know how to shoot and how to aim and how to compensate in what time, you're gonna hit that every time. You're gonna hit the target every time. You know, and now I'm not saying that any AK is as accurate as a sporting or hunting rifle, but it's a battlefield rifle. But misconceptions on the WASR 10. Are there a lot of crappy ones out there? Yes, there are. But they're not, as a whole, they're not all crap. I would put my life on the line with this. I've never had a malfunction with it. Are there many more rifles that are accurate than this one? Yes. At 50 yards, I'm holding a 4-inch group. At 100 yards, I'm holding a 4 to 6 inch group, depending on the ammunition. A lot of people say that's really crappy accuracy. Well, when it comes to a life or death situation, or a WRL situation, or a shit hits the fan situation, it's not going to matter whether you're going to poke them in the eyeball or not. As long as you hit center mass and you put them down, the day is done. Your job is complete. As long as you hit your target, you know, you're not going to do any long-range shooting with any AK. It's not because the gun can't do it, the cartridge can't. And again, it depends on the shooter. But from what I've found, I've shot in Arsenal, and Arsenal makes an excellent rifle. I've shot in Hungarian S85s. They're great rifles. I've shot in many variations of WASR 10s. Have I shot them all? No. I've shot in 3 or 4 of them, and as a whole, they're fair. I can deal with that. They're fairly accurate. This one, on the other hand, it's not extremely accurate, but it's by far not inaccurate by any means. A lot of people just say, oh, they're crap, they have a lot of mag wobble. Well, there are, and it doesn't matter if it's international ordnance or inner ordnance or WASRs or Century Arms or Hungarian S85s to Mac 90s. They're all going to have a form of mag wobble. This one, for instance, this has mag wobble. I don't know if you can see that. Here, do it this way. They all have to have mag wobble because, again, you don't want to take the mag and put it in, and you don't want to be fighting with it to get the damn thing in. Basically, you want to go in, you want to hear it click. Simple as that. Enough said. But again, take this video as you will. I personally, would I rely my life on this rifle? Hell yeah, I would. Would I rely my life on a lot of different rifles? I would. But don't knock the WASR 10. When you're shopping for them, look for the best one you can. You know, whether it have a canting barrel that cants to the left or right, or, you know, look at the rivets and see if they're adequate. And what I mean by adequate is if they're flush and round and the way they are. And the other gripe that people have with the WASR 10s is they don't have a mag dimple. Which is true, they don't. But they seem to function just fine the way they are. But at any rate, this is Lock and Reload. Misconceptions of the WASR 10. Later.